Good afternoon to everyone. Hopefully you can hear my voice very well. Um, okay. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi Mr. Taufik Samad. Assalamualaikum. Hopefully you can hear my voice very well. Please respond. Is it okay?
Yeah,
We have
this is.
all right.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. Because I just I got fan over here, a table fan, so hopefully there's no humming sound there. Okay, thank you. Basically, this is the continuity of our previous session. My name is Muhammad Akram bin Munaim. As mentioned by the moderator right now, I'm the CEO of Mega Jati Academy. At the same time, council member of the Association of Consulting Engineers Malaysia. Welcoming everyone for the session, especially from the ACM's members, fellows engineers, all contractors, consultant, maybe clients over here, and my friends all here. Thank you very much for joining us. And the previous session was held in 29th of July 2020, 2021, and it was very successful session. Thank you. But today we are go and more focused on the how to get the certification. Previous session was actually shared to give an overview of the framework and how we can obtain it. But today, specifically on the method 2 assessment, as mentioned in the previous session, we got method 1, method 2, and method 3. I'll try to go through all methods just to give a bright comparison between all these three and giving you an alternative to choose any of the simple or any of the method that have been conducted by the board of CIDB, Construction Industry Development Board. Okay, they got my numbers there as well, and also my email for you to contact if you got anything to get further information. Okay. Okay, welcome. Okay, basically this is a briefing on method 2 assessment preparation course for the CIDB Certificate Competency Program, special luncheon webinars. It's a joint collaboration between Mega Jati Academy and also the ACM. And also, this is part of our activities monthly. We got 4 webinars monthly, and starting from October, we got 8 webinars altogether from the ACM and so Mega Jati. Come across to our website to see about other webinars coming in next program. Okay, this is the paperwork for the collaboration. This is between 3 organizations, which is Mega Jati Academy, ACM, and as well as the University of Malaysia Pahang, UMP Advanced. It's a considered as a short course, which is complementary. CPD will be awarded from CIDB 20 CPD, MBOT 20 CPD, and as well as Board of Engineers 20 CPD if you join for the program in October. Okay, the company first. So this is our website. You can go through megajacademy.com, and now it's since we are going to the independence, what we call that, month. So basically there will be a banner there, upload, and everything is all there. I will go through the website as well to show you where is the more information where you can get for this program. And this is technically our mission, vision, objective. We want to become the training providers that a prominent offers professional lifelong learning courses in Malaysia. We want to produce competent, skilled personnel certified and qualified in line with TVET framework. So we are more close to the TVET framework in offering the TVET pembinaan or construction TVET programs. All right. We have also registered with the MOF as a trainer, moderator, negotiator, training services. And we are also the HRD Corp service provider for the HRD Corp. And our program is actually, this program on October is SPL has park under SPL has as well. You can claim under your own levy lah. And we also the Suruhanjaya Tenaga ST trainer or penyedia latihan or training provider for the RIM program. We have conducted a lot of RIM program as well, registered electrical energy manager under the Suruhanjaya Tenaga. And of course, we are the certified training provider for CIDB and registered training provider for HRDF at the same time. So basically, this pair is quite hard to find where people can provide both trainings at the same time. Okay, these are our registration numbers. And in short, we have all. We have all programs with CIDB, starting from CSS Mechanical, CSS Electrical, certified supervisor, CSS building architecture, CSS civil and structure. We have also CCM, CCPM, FMM, FME, and as well as the CTMO. All together, these are the certificate. You can look into our program. Okay. Load furtherly. Okay, get right here. Okay, okay, these are our certificates. But I don't need to go through very fast lah because we got a lot of things to discuss over here basically. And we also a certified approach center for OTHM qualification United Kingdom, where our program at the top level, level 6 in Malaysia, we have registered to level 7 in OTHM United Kingdom under the regulated framework of OTHM UK and also European qualification framework from the European. So basically, we have this as well. So what is our plan is actually all our CIDB programs that we registered in Malaysia under CIDB qualification framework, we want to tap it into the international framework through this THM. So THM is, you want to know, there's something like City and Guild who provide the services to accreditation on behalf of the England and the European at the same time. So we have also we are also the certified approach center for the THM qualification of UK. And some of our registration from uh, you can see from our website. Actually, there is also in our um, uh, profile, corporate profile. We are actually Mega Jati Academy is a one of the diversifying company of Mega Jati Consult Sdn Bhd. So our background is actually on mechanical and electrical consultancy. And now there's the one company which is we form out this Mega Jati Academy to become training provider to support the training provider services, especially in Malaysia and also for the world. So that is our intention, basically. Yeah. Okay. There's also a university collaboration with UTM, Polytechnic, UNIMAP, and UTHM, and also UMP, and also UITM. So basically, this program part under UMP Advanced, which is we name it as a preparation course. This is the briefing of that preparation course. Briefing of that preparation course, and we have also program professional certificate with UNIMAP and other program also coming in from other universities as well. All right, bye. So since 2019, so we have get being, accredited since 2018, something like that. So starting from 2019, we have conducted a lot of training and as well as assessment. And up to now, we have trained and assessed more than 900 participants at August 2021, where we have trained and we have, put a boundary on June 2021 where we have conducted these trainings. And a lot of the participants actually coming from the grant from the government, grant from the government. So we have to thank our government also to providing this grant for the participants. Okay, and since we have this 900, more than 900 participants, we have quite a significant experience on managing the participants in terms of their qualifications, in terms of their common problems, and in terms of how they take advantage of this program to become the competent person of certification. Okay, this is the current practice. I'll go through very brief because we will going through quite deep later. The first step we need to do is to go for online program marketing. This is what we do now. We go for online program marketing. Later on, if you are interested, you can go for our pre-registration form, which is using the Google form, and then invoice will be issued there, either manual or auto. Manual or auto payment by the candidate, and then checking the payment by FGA, issue a receipt, identify the teachers and appointment. This is what we do. Actually, we don't have to identify anymore because we have our resident teachers and resident trainers inside our company. But for the some topic, we might to introduce another speaker import coming from other association as well. And appointment, and then adding members to the WhatsApp group LMS for discussion. We have our own learning management system. I will show you this later. Then we start the online course. We'll come into MGA, then starting class online, where there is also a synchronous class. There is a modular quiz through the learning management system. Everything that I mentioned here, I will show you the demonstration later. Then we do for marking quiz and discussion answers by the teachers. So we got what we got a quiz, and then we got the class. So everything need to be discussed again by our teachers. And we have also the prime class where we share the common subjects with other participants so that we can bring good or reputable speakers to become our common speakers, our common subject speakers. And in our system also, we got this mock-up exam, about 6 hours altogether. So basically, the gist or the important part of this training in October is basically to join of these modular quizzes and as well as the mock-up exam. So that is basically the key of the program. Then actual exam by CIDB Malaysia. Exam will be conducted by CIDB Malaysia, marking exam paper. Then we marks the presentation, or we present the marks to the CIDB, because they got another committee to approve the marks and another committee to endorse for the issuance of the certificate letter. And then we check, and if they issue, that we close the program. So basically, this is the flow of our program lah. Basically, this is the flow of our program. You will be going through all this program if you are registering with our program for the next coming October. Okay, we go for construction team. So people keep asking me why I need to take off this certification or competency cert from the CIDB. So either I'm a client, or I'm a consultant, or I'm a contractor. So what is the benefit of having this, and why I need to have this? So basically, if you understand, or we understand, the typical construction team line up, we have the client, consultant, and contractor, where client will do on the needs, and they will prepare on the requirement needs, and they will do on the financial, and they will facilitate our project. They serve the purpose of the development of the project, and then either they become the owner, or they actually represent the owner. So that is the function of the client in brief, in general. And consultant, basically, we do the design and coordination and also liaison. We specify the scope of work based on the needs. Therefore, we specify the specification of the works. Then we do the pricing, control, estimation, projection, estimating, and all those, what we call that, prediction of the pricing. We manage the progress. We manage the progress on behalf of our client. We do the simulation and forecasting of the project design and maybe calculation. So we do simulation, we forecast the things. And then the most important thing, in my opinion, that we need to ensure the compliance. So as a consultant, we look into this part is very, very important for us, where we need to comply for a lot of things. We start from X regulations, standards, guidelines, handbook, manual. There's all documentation, drawings. We have to comply for the local authorities. We have to comply for service providers, such as TMB, water supply agencies, and so forth. We also to comply for the bomba. We have to comply a lot of things, and of course, we need to comply with the client's expectation for this project or for this program. We need to comply also for the um, others things than what is the client is expecting. So the compliance is actually or ensuring the compliance is important part of becoming a consultant in our typical construction team lineup. But for contractor, basically they will do the subcontract work, or they will do by their own. But if they have the staff workers or labor, they will control on these 4 M's, basically material or suppliers, machineries, and also monies, and also the manpower, tools, manage the resources. So the contractor will lead or will be dealing with the resources, while the consultant will be dealing on this progress. Resources, so we've got 4 M's over there, which is material, money, manpower, and also machines. So that is actually the expected function of contractors, where if they can manage this properly, the project also will be going smoothly. And then he need to build, and of course to deliver the project lah. So basically, this is a very typical construction team lineup, and how do they be significant participant in the construction, in our construction. And if you put that into the metric like this, basically we have, if we have the scope over here, which is I mentioned before, on the consultant, which is under the purview of the Board of Engineers Malaysia, or the architect also say Board of Architect Malaysia, or QS also say Board of QS Malaysia. So I just take an example of engineers in this case, and also the contractor having their own board here, which is the CIDB board, the Construction Industry Development Board, CIDB Malaysia. And we have specified our scope over here, starting from the compliance up to the design coordination, where the contractor is working on the subcontract and manage the resources, everything, and build and deliver. So basically, this is the things that we expected from the both what we call that agencies. And our engineering diploma graduates will be registered from the consultant side. They will register as inspector of works. They will register as inspector of works, IOW, or before we call it as clerk of works. IOW. So engineering diploma is actually requested to be representative or the consultant or looking into the construction activities or construction works, verify, they do this checking, inspections, and so forth. This is basically the job scope of the inspector of works. Above them should be the resident engineer, where he can also become the professional engineers by having the engineering degree will become the professional engineers, and resident engineers, they can go for project manager and later become the project director of the consultant company. So basically, this is a very typical lineup for our supervision or management team on behalf of the consultant. Meanwhile, on the contractor side, we can see that in any engineering diploma is actually qualified to become the traffic management officer or certified construction traffic management officer, CTMO, and they're also the certified site supervisor, CSS, and project engineer. We hope that they can become the CCM, construction certified construction manager, and also certified construction project manager level 6 and level 5, and then they can become the construction manager level 5, and the project director is expected to have the level 6 there. So when we can see this, I don't put client over here because actually client can become both. They can become PE at the same time, you can become construction at the same time. But the idea of having this to split the function of our construction personnel, either it is coming from the consultant background, becoming the project supervision in terms of the consultants point of view, or they are actually the contractor supervision team from the contractor point of view. So basically, these two boards, the board of engineers and as well as the CIDB, looking into the competent person for their own, uh, acts and regulations. Of course, board of engineers, we're referring to the Registration of Engineers Act 1967, and construction will be referring to the CIDB Act Akta 520-520. So these are the idea. Meaning to say that if you are from the consultant, I'm also a consultant as a M&E consultant. So I can see that we can become the PE as a consultant point of view. At the same time, we can also become the CCPM to understand more about the construction works there, and also being certified by the CIDB. So what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with it, because basically this is the way where our uh, project management competency been assessed and been certified by a regulatory body. In this case, is CIDB. Even though there are also other project management certification from outside or maybe from inside as well, but they cannot beat CIDB in this case. Like to me, they cannot beat CIDB in this case. Because CIDB holds the power of through the acts and regulations to ensure the what we call it, the compliance, and how to regulate the construction team or construction personnel under their acts or regulations. So basically, as a construction personnel, myself as construction personnel, besides having that green card as a induction course cards that enable us to enter the site or the project site. So basically, we need to impose that we are also going to, we can start from site supervisor first, become site supervisor, then we go for CCM, certified construction manager, then we go for CCPM at level 6. Because CIDB's competency program for construction personnel, they have the what we call that the TVET level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if you are aware with this thing, the level as what being practiced in the Jabatan Pembangunan Kemahiran JPK under the Kementerian Sumber Manusia, basically is a PAR. It's a PAR recognition. If you got level 4 from CIDB, is basically you having SKM level 4, Sijil Kemahiran Malaysia level 4, or DKM level 4 lah. Level 5 is Diploma Lanjutan Kemahiran, and level 6 is basically the bachelor with. But we don't have that in the SKM yet, but in CIDB we have a level 6. So hopefully they can open up our eyes that this is actually for us, for the construction personnel to become competent, even though we have our degree, maybe our master, maybe we have our PhD as well, we have our diploma, but it's different because the diploma, degree, master, PhD is an academic qualification where it's actually last long throughout our life. last long. But on the competency side, it's different. Depend on our job exposure, our real competency in what things that we are working with. So from there, it's basically we are gaining the experience and becoming professional in that area. And to endorse our professionalism, I think the certification is the best for us to pursue. Okay. Okay, lapping scopes over here. I've just there is a lapping scope between these two, and a consultant and also contractor, where we understand of each other's work. If we are a consultant on a project side, we understand how the contractor works. Contractor also understand how do we work. So basically, we have that common lapping scopes and knowledge as well. But our function is different. We are wearing the different caps in performing our duties on site. But for example, on the consultant side, we are under the Board of Engineers view, under the IOW, Graduate Engineers, Professional Engineer, PE of Representation Certificate, or maybe we have our, what we call that, this independent checker and whatnot. So basically it's there. And these people will be regulated by another regulation, which is ECP, Engineering Consultancy Practices. So still under the Board of Engineers. I believe the architect also will be the same. IOW architect, professional architect, landscape architect, registered QS, town planner, and all are actually the professional services representing the consultant under their own boards and also regulations. But they are working in the same project management. And I again repeat the job function over here in the top bottom left here. Sorry, bottom left here. And on the contractor side, we have all those nomenclatures. Now I'm start to introduce the names of the program. Previously, I'm using the acronym. Now CSS is actually the Certified Site Supervisor, level 4, Construction Traffic Management Officer, CTMO, level 4, Certified Construction Manager, level 5, and Certified Construction Project Manager, level 6. On FM, we have FMM and FME there, Manager and Executive level 4 and level 5. And the contractor will look into this work as mentioned and discussed before. So basically, this is where we know that each party is actually knowing each other work. We understand how a contractor works as a consultant, and contractor also understand how the consultant is working. That is why our common understanding make us more benefit if we have both. Either we have PE at the same time, at the same time also we have CCPM as a seal of our experience being assessed by the regulatory bodies such as CIDB. Okay, besides CIDB, I would like to have your attention on other regulatory bodies. Other regulatory. So hopefully we can understand now why we need to have this and why I am so keen to promote this for the last 2-3 years. Because we understand very well this is how the system in Malaysia works. For example, in CIDB, we have all these CSS, TMO, CSCM, CCPM, FMM, and FME. And also on DOSH. You are familiar with the DOSH, of course, you are maybe SSO officer or maybe a triple S or whatever that competency in DOSH. They have this authorized gas tester, entry supervisor, hygiene technician 1 and 2, indoor air quality assessor, lift competent person, major hazard competent person. These are all competent person from DOSH. Noise competent person, occupational health doctor, responsible person, scaffolder, safety and health officer. We have also site safety supervisor, triple S. These two is basically we have seen them so many times in our site because they are working so close with us. One of them is actually this lift competent person. Also, we are quite meeting them quite regularly. And also steam or internal combustion engine engineer. This is also under DOSH. So these are all certificate or competency that been regulated under the Department of Safety and Health Policy. So what next? We have DOE as well, Department of Environmental. So what do? They do all these CHEPs, CHEPITSO, PCP, CHEP, FBO, BSO, STP, CHEP SWAM, CHEP STPO, CHEP SPO. So you know all those. So let me introduce. Maybe you're coming from not actually the Department of Environment's competent person. CE is competent person or competent personnel. PETSO is industrial effluent treatment. Industrial effluent treatment. BP is biological process. So for PCP is a chemical process. CE competent person. PBF is actually pack filter officer belakang tu. CEP SO is actually scrubber. Scrubber. STP, you know, this is CHEPSTPO. CHEPSTPO is STP. We can see the word STP there. For the sewage treatment plant. We have also CHEP Swarm. It's managing on the solid waste. We have also CHEP LTPO. So this is interesting. A leachate treatment plant officer, leachate treatment plant for the landfill. And also check POME is actually palm oil mill effluent treatment plant system officer. So these are the DOE's competent person under DOE's regulatory. So either you aware about that or you don't know whatever it is. So hopefully I will introduce to you. There is also other regulatory body doing the same thing. It's not that alien for us. Huh? And of course, we have a long history of this energy commission, starting from the gas competent person, AO, A4, BO and B4. AO is for judgment, A4 is judgment with the genset, BO is BO for 11 kV, B4 is LPO judgment for 33 kV. We also PW4, pendawaian to second dua fasa, or PW2, pendawaian for 4 fasa. And we have also electrical competent engineer, which is need to be the PE first, and electrical service engineer, which is need to be the competent engineer first, and also registered electrical energy manager is actually REM energy manager. So basically, these are all under Energy Commission's regulatory, where they foresee all these members of competent person under their own acts and regulation. So we move to SEDA, Sustainable Energy Development Authority. We have GCPV, Grid Connected Photovoltaic Design, GCPV, Grid Connected Photovoltaic Wireman. We have OGPV, OG is what? OG, on grid. PV design, solar PV installer. We have also, not on grid, off grid. Off grid power photovoltaic design or solar PV installer. This is GC. GC is grid connected, OG is off grid. And also we have also something from SPAN as well, Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Air Negara, which is, we name it as qualified person, SPAN QP. So basically these are all in our regulatory body. What is the similarity of all of them? If you can, by now we may understand that similarity of them is basically they are actually all under acts and regulations. So basically this is regulatory body who have their own competent person, been trained, assessed, and certified under their own regulatory system. So that is actually the thing that we need to do. So we put aside our diploma, degree, bachelor, master, PhD there, because this is something else. Something else. But that competency now in CIDB, they have put into the TVET level, where each of the program have their own TVET level 4, 5, 6, and hopefully we can have more than that in future. So actually, what is going on? Basically, all what we can say, how are the differences between all these? Okay, the differences is basically the way they assess. The way they assess. CIDB have their own way of assessment. DOSH has their own way of assessment. DOE has their own way of assessment. Energy Commission EC has their own way of assessment. SEDA has their own way of assessment, and SPAN has their own way of. SPAN don't have assessment at the moment. Registry. We just register after become PE or AR. We can register as a qualified person of SPAN by showing our evidence. So there is a form then to be filled up. I'm also a qualified person of SPAN as well. So basically there's a form to fill up and declare your experience that related to water services. Okay. So there is a difference, the way they assess. For example, SEDA, we have assessment for about 1 week program, and the cost of the SEDA competent person, if I can share with you, is about 7,000 to 9,000 ringgit for 5 days. Or 10 days. 5 to 10 days. 5 to 10 days. Depend on what program you are enrolling. 7,000 to 9,000 ringgit. I've sent 2 of our engineers to the program. We have been charged about 9,000 ringgit each. But we have our HRDF levy so we are paying through our levy. As a consultant, we are also paying for our levy since since 2017. Even before we are now actually getting a letter to to pay for the levy from the HRDF, but we start paying in 2017. So I've sent our engineers to the program is charge us about 9,000 4%. So we need to pay about 18,000 ringgit. For Energy Commission is different because the programs, some of them will be need to be in the full-time class. That class will be about 2 years to 3 years. For example, this AO, A4, PW2, and PW4 is actually 2 to 3 years. 2 years of class and 1 year for internship. So basically, that is similar to either diploma level in terms of their qualification, but ST doesn't put the level yet at the moment. As what I know, they don't put the level yet. So AO, A4, PW2, PW4 is basically during class. You can do the first level, which is the lowest one. You need to go for full time as a youth program after SPM. But to upgrade, it's okay. You can go for part-time class, no problem. But it will take longer time lah because you will take about maybe 3, 4 to 5 years to complete one session. On BO before also same thing. You need to attend for the class or just for name. They also go for assessment, theory, and also practical. For electrical competent engineer, you need to go for interview after you become the PE and you have been exposed to the environment of electrical equipments, protection, all those what we call it, electrical HT gears and also for. So basically, there is the assessment there need to be carried out. But during the interview, because the number is not many, later on they will become the service engineer. When you have got the competent engineer for some years, then you can apply for competent for service engineers. For PE, sorry, for a registered electrical energy manager, for example, you need to attend for 5 days class, and the cost is about 4,500. 4,500 for that 5 days. And interestingly, in this DOE as well, all classes is being conducted by the PLB or service provider of DOE, and the cost is about 4,200 to 4,800 per program. 4,200 to 4,800 per program. You can Google this basically. There's a lot of companies is actually offering the services. For those also, there's a program you need to go for full time. For example, we go for safety and health officer. It's about 20 days and it will cost you about 6 to 7,000. Safety and health supervisor is cost you about 4,000, 3 to 4,000. It will be about how many days? 8 days, maybe 10 days. So this is how the agencies is looking into our certification during the training and also the assessment process. And so go for CIDB. So they have their own way, but I'm going to go to explain their own way in the next slide. What is the CIDB competency program? So we hold this for the next slide. We hold it for the next slide. Just compare for this all other regulatory and also department for you to understand what is actually the what we call it, the similarity and differences between all those programs. Okay, next we go for what is the CIDB competency programs. Basically, CIDB, we have 3 main programs, plus one, we got one more, but it's okay, I'll just to explain these 3. For the youth skill programs, this is more to the carpeting, tiling work, swearing work, painter, timber. They will be conducted by the ABM of CIDB. They will be using level 1 to level 3 of National Occupational Skill Standard. And we are focusing on this, the red one, which is a competency program. We have all about 7 to 9 categories. I will go show you later, and will be conducted by the PLB like Mega Jati ACADEMY and others. We are conducting actually levels 4 to level 6 according to the north. So you can see there's a continuity of the program at level 1 to 3 to level 4, 5, 6 here. But in CIDB, you can jump into level 4. You can jump into level 4 without having the level 1 to 3. A difference with what is actually practicing by the JPK. And other than that, CIDB also have their own about 51 topics on the contractor programs for the contractor to add their heads. I mean the kepala orang panggil apa tu? The kod bidang, kod bidang. So they have 51 programs altogether. Other than these 3, there is also a normal CIDB CCD program. CCD program, Contractor Continuing Development Point program. So that CCD for contractor is usable for them to renew their registration with the CIDB Malaysia. So basically, we have 4 types of program, but I want to focus these 3 to make you understand, and precisely want to focus on this only level 4 to level 6 program. Okay, So now we know the competency level of CIDB. We got from level 1 until level 5. Now what we do here, we have also about 25 programs being listed in the Schedule 3 in the X, but I don't think I mentioned it. Yeah, we got here. Better. It's okay. Up to level skill trade 1 to 3, level 1 to 3, and then we got trade supervisor at level 3, the same skills, the same schedule, and with specialization derived from 4 main supervisory categories from this trade supervisor. And then we have starting from here, supervisory level 4, which these are the program which is site supervisor, civil structure, building architecture, mechanical work, and zoological work. We have also the FME, and also CTMO, Certified Traffic Management, Certified Construction Traffic Management Officer. These are all level 4. We have level 5 here on the construction manager, civil project manager, facility management manager, and also project quality manager. We have also level 6 and construction project manager, CCPM. Okay. So talking about this skill trades at level 1 and 2, and maybe the pengkhususan or what we call that main category, these are the list of 25 programs being listed in the Act. Blah 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 blah. You can read all lah. I will share the slide later. But we don't want to go detail on it because it's not related to our program. But the thing is, they are actually the feeders of our level 4, level 5, and level 6 program. So even though these 25 program now being derived into 4 main supervisor categories, basically they are the feeder of our program. These are all our feeders. Right? So we can get a blaster, painter, roof truss installer. Once they got level 3, they can continue up to level 4 with us. Right? And climbing up level 5 and become level 6 in future. So from blaster and painter up to this concreter is all 25 skills trade listed in the third schedule of the X520. Okay. In management and supervisory program, can we stop with that? Feel a bit dizzy, lacking of oxygen. I need to open my door. Okay. Now we have this construction sector as well as the FM sectors. We have CCBM, CCM, CSS, CTMO, and also FM sector. We got FME, FMA. I keep mentioning you to this program because we want you to understand what is actually the program. Okay. Now the more clear view of having level 4, level 5, and level 6 program. We have certified such as CSS, FME, we have CTMO, level 5, we have certified construction manager CCM, we have FMM as well as we have FMM here. Sorry, okay. Then we have level 6 over here, which is certified construction project manager CCM, all those CCPM, FM, PM, CSKF approved program where they will become the level 6 in future. We are planning for that. Specialized area, we got actually 8 specialization area. I will show you the specialization area later. This is just the name of them. Okay, CIDB program, as we mentioned before, is actually using the outcome-based assessment. Outcome-based assessment. Previously, we don't use the outcome-based, we use pass or fail. But now we're more specific and more, what you call that, numerical in this matters. We want to put numbers. Pass, how many percent? Fail, how many percent? Module A pass. What is the grade? What is the percentage you have scored? So basically, there is the things that we want to introduce in this outcome-based program. So we got again level 4, 5, 6, construction project coordinator, site management manager. Okay, this has been talked there and there again. So these are the bubbles showing that how the system is works. Now we have the program outcome where we name it as or we can name it as expected attributes being derived from all these smaller apa ni? Wait. Okay, being derived from the smaller this smaller bubble over here. From X and regulations, we have objective, mission and vision of CIDB, the standard, and also the modules. So from here, we have derived the things from to derive or to describe the expected attributes of program outcome of the participant. So basically, program outcome is the character that we required or that we need from the participant. What are the character? We have spelled and described the character. So we can show you later, no problem. Later on is actually we design the program and learning outcome mapping. From these modules, curriculum, we have those CPA or KSA, knowledge, skill, attitude, cognitive domain, psychomotor, and affective domain, all from the measurement of the assessment. So basically, this is the things that we need to carry out along the way. So if you join the program, you will be assessed through this method. And thirdly is actually to prepare the rubric on the assessment, where we put this domain taxonomy bloom as well, and modules and the program outcome becoming the structure or the skeleton of the program, where we want you to attain this competency. You need to show these attributes. You want to attain this competency, you need to show these attributes, a lot of attributes that we want to show, and you need to demonstrate that we are know we are enable, we are eligible, we understand the attributes very well. So in terms of to get that competency outcome from this expected attributes, the program will go in and be assessed to us. Will be assessed through the programs. So these are the bubbles, very important. I'm showing this for quite a lot of participants, showing this because this is the thing that we need to understand. The program assessment is different. And the NOS is basically the things that measure, that specify, that describe our competency level. So that competency level, for example, we have level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even though we can talk on the same, for example, site supervision at level 4, and then hopefully they can become another set of competency from construction project manager CPM, and later on become CCPM at level 6. So it's been spelled under this NOS how we can derive between the specification through from the level 4, level 5, and level 6. In fact, level 1 to 3 also has. And in CIDB, this is on the national level where CIDB having the program now subscribing to the NOS to become their program. Other than that, it's actually CICS, Construction Industry Competency Standard, where CIDB also produce their own standards for standards that been either developed by the NOS, later on being improved and produced as a CICS, or the standard not constructed or not developed by NOS, and CIDB will take it as their standard and run as a CICS program. So basically, CICS and the NOS are typical, similar, only difference on the source of power. Okay, so they specify develop to specify the minimum level of competencies for Malaysian construction industries. CSA defined as the specification of competencies expected of construction personnel that have been employed by the construction personnel project organization to effective manage construction project. Okay, now, so see we have these bubbles, and this we call competency booklet to monitor. This is not booklet, actually a standard where standard, this is the standard, you need to be above standard lah, of course, or minimum to the standard to pass the system. So we have developed all this from the standard, curriculum, modules, rubric, and also borang-borang penilaian or assessment forms. So basically it's all there ready for all programs having the same skeleton, having the same framework, so that we can enjoy, understand other program as well. We know each side of our program because it's a very well structured by CIDB. We have the standard, we have the curriculum, we have the modules, we have the rubrics, and we have the assessment forms. So these are all ready for you to start in this October. Okay, on the manpower development, how actually the flow of the standard been derived and been conducted until the finishing the published accreditation and publish the results. We start from the competency standard over here, then we move to module, curriculum, assessment rubric. Then we go for assessment. Next here, I'm going to start on this methods of assessment. I'm going to start on the method of assessment where we are actually focusing on methods too, but I also will be explaining about other methods as well for you. Maybe you can have a different opinion on that, how we can go for assessment by ourselves. Outcome-based assessment, then we go for certification, result, issue the transcript, then we go for competency level, SKKP, CJ Competency Kepada Pembinaan, then we accreditation, register, and they publish the results. So method 1 is actually a training assessment. Training assessment means you need to attend for the training. You need to go for modular assessment every training. So there is a specific days for you to enroll for each program. They will be into the another slides. Method 2 is basically on the assessment only, where you sit for 3 hours examination, right? Written examination. Or in online, we move into the type assessment lah. You need to type lah, of course. We using the form, online form. Recognition prior learning experience, RPLE, which is also considered as an interview. You can go for all these three methods, but as for now, depend on your years of experience. You can choose either method 1, method 2, method 3. There's a how we can read on the years of experience. Then you can choose either method 1 or method 2 or method 3 based on your experience. Years of experience. So as a snapshot, we can see this in the module. We have CSS, all about 8 modules altogether. And we are referring to the NOS straight away. 12 days of duration program at level 4 and 3 hours of duration method 3, method 2, and about 1 hour for method 3 duration where you come for an interview. CTMO, about 10 modules. Now we are using the CICS, Construction Industry Competency Standard, 12 days also, because it's also level 4, 3 hours for method 2 duration, and about 1 hour for interview. FME, same level 4, 9 modules, through NOS, 12 days as well, 3 hours of written examination, or you go for interview for 1 hour. CM, Construction Manager, 17 modules, using the CICS, 20 days altogether, 3 hours on the method 2, or you can choose method 3 for about 1 hour. FMM also same, 11 modules, but go for 15 days, basically 15 to 20 days as well, basically. We try to make it similar as this one. NOS, 3 hours and also 1 hour interview. CCP also same thing, got 16 modules, CICS, 20 days, 3 hours assessment by method 2 or 1 hour using this method 3. So now you can choose either method 1, method 2, or method 3. You can choose. Now, how to choose this? Is there any idea or any guideline or anything that you want to know now? I try to explain. On the candidates, you can choose program and method of accreditation. Entry requirement. So this thing you need to very, very careful, because it's the method you are enabled to enter is based on your years of experience at the moment. Based on years of experience. For example, if you got 3 years experience, you can go for method 1 only. If you got 5 years experience, you can go for method 1, method 2. You got 10 years experience, you can go method 1, method 2, method 3. So there is some of the hint lah, guide. But in terms of the implementation, method 1 is the training and assessment. Program organizer is PLB, penyedia latihan bertolak, or accredited training provider, ATP. Modular course or full course, you can take modular basis, pass one by one module, or you can take every modules at one course, becoming full course. And it will be modular assessment, knowledge assessment, and also performance assessment. Knowledge assessment, just like quizzes and also short essay. Performance assessment is actually the assignment. So you need to hence your assignment according to the modules. So there are a lot of evidence need to be prepared by these methods lah. And the cost will be depend on the number of days, about 4,500 to 7,500 per program. Depend on the numbers of days. Generally, the cost of the each day is about 350 ringgit per day. Generally about 350 ringgit per day. It is not my cost, it's actually well-known cost, but we are referring to the CIDB Holdings cost structure as well. So our cost for this program is basically referring to that benchmark, so that we can have a similar, quite similar and close pricing tag from one to each other. And on method 2, which is we are now planning to have, is actually CIDB HQ, CIDB state branches. Either they go for HQ or CIDB states to become the organizer, not PLB. PLB, just like we are conducting the preparation course for you to enter for the assessment. But we have actually coupled the assessment with the preparation course. That is the importance of the courses. What 3 hours written assessment. And that written assessment is comprising all modules. You got 8 modules, you'll be you'll be questioned of that 8 modules. You will 10 modules, you will question all 10 modules. You got 17 modules, you will be questioned all of that 17 modules. So that is how the question being developed and constructed. And it's about 4 to 5 times a year, 4 to 5 times a year. But the most one, I will try to plan about 3 times per year. Fixed one, we got 2 or 3 more times as a backup numbers lah. About 7 to 10 days. Now in October, we're going to have a 7 days preparation course. Course exam for CIB is 300 exam fees, and also 1,500 ringgit to 200 for the class by PLB. This is our salary, our range lah. Our fee range is about 1,550 to 2,550. So this is what we have price our tag due to this. But this 300 is inclusive of this. We have put this. We actually absorb this under the cost as well. So basically, if you minus 300 for this, we can just got 2,002. This is 1,002 only lah. So it's very cheap compared to other. We talk about DOE just now, DOS just now. We talk about ST also. So it's basically very cheap compared to that, because we don't want to make higher cost as well as this one, because this is not the full cost. This is actually a modular course. This is a preparation course. They got different in terms of materials, and the way we learn is different, because we understand that our participant is coming from the background. They know their background as well. They know their work as well. So basically, this is where we just reconcile and make preparation for you to enter the examination. That is why we put a lot of exercise in terms of answering the question. In terms of answering question, we put a lot of exercises starting from the module. Every module will have the exercise, and up to the end, we have a 6 hours mock-up exercise for you, so that you can very well ready. But we don't put modules in the LMS. We don't put modules because module will drag you longer time. That module, some of the module, more than 100, 200 pages per module. So basically, we have thousands of pages if you want to read, but I don't think it's suitable for 7 days of preparation course. We just upload the video, the recorded video as well as the slide, and there is a discussion. Later on is actually the things that might very useful for you is the assessment, because we have put the question there for you to familiarize with the system of assessment. So this is actually on the method 2, this green one. On method 3, you are also welcome to apply. It's just 300 ringgit. You don't have to pay 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 7,000. You go direct to CIDB, 300 ringgit. I want to tell you now, you can go direct to CIDB, apply for method 3. Just 300 or 250 ringgit, depend on the program. 300, we take 300 lah. 300 ringgit, apply, send to CIDB, wait for the numbers, and then you will be called for interview. So that is the range. If you want to go direct for interview, also can, no problem. So I'm just here to tell you this is the method of assessment being conducted by CIDB since years before lah. So basically, the method 2 just surfaced in November 2019, where we started our method 2 for the first time for the countries. We don't have method 2 yet at the point of time. We make a presentation. We approach CIDB to conduct method 2, where we become the organizer at that time. So we conducted method 2 in November 2019, which is the first time we conducted method 2, and then second time in June 2020, and then we got somewhere in September and November 2020, and last February 2021, method 2. We got one more in April 2021, one more in June 2021. Actually, we got one more in August, but I skipped this thing. I just get for some small numbers, about 25 packs. We actually got method 2 now, actually ongoing with some of the organizations. So we have method 2 now is actually away, but we don't focus to that because we want to focus on October. So on October, we have set everything for you to come and enroll if you are interested to become a method 2 participant, and then you go for assessment by method 2. We have coupled this between training and also assessment. So end of the training, you will be assessed. So that is what we are doing. So we I mean, Mega Jati is the only organization, only training provider who provide method 2 preparation course in Malaysia. So I want to stress that. But again, if you feel that is very complicated for you, you can go direct to interview lah. You can go direct to 300 ringgit only. But how about the difficulty? I can say that this is the most easiest way to attain. I can say that now. This is the most easiest way to attain, because you go for a modular assessment, and also whatever just assignment. Modular assignment up to finish, but the duration will be a bit longer. Since the duration is long, you have to pay uh, a little bit more lah. So, but on the this method 3, as I mentioned to you, they have specified the minimum years of experience. So the examiner or the assessor will make sure you are that competent. You're that competent. So meaning to say that the hardest way to pass lah. I can say that. The hardest way to pass. Of course, this method 2 is the middle one. Either you're not so expensive, not so hard. But of course, you need to know, because the way you understand, you cannot speak. You need to write. Some of our participant is they are better in writing, so they can write well, but they cannot speak well. They cannot speak well. So when they go for interview, maybe they fail because they cannot speak well. They cannot understand to the fundamental of the question being asked by the examiner. But in terms of theoretical, they know how to write. So there is pro and con in that lah. We have also a participant who are passed in the age of 60 in our program, method 2. We have also participants who are actually not passed due to a lot of writing need to be. So you need to understand yourself. Are you more to writing, or you are more to want to explain what is actually you want to do, or been asked by the examiner. Okay. Okay, I think this one also been explained by our my before. Okay, you got 2 steps of getting the competency. Either you want to go, yes, Mr. You raise hand. Okay, maybe you want to ask anything, and then okay, I go for chat first. I'll go to very clear, very short one, a very fast answer. Slide will be given later. Project manager file, ready open enrollment. Yes, yes, open for enrollment. Engineer Taufik. Thank you, Rosmawati. From consultant Fani, the compare with attest because mention sessions I compare construction company. Okay, actually we are the construction stakeholders, Miss Rosmawati. We are also construction team. Either we are consultant or contractor or even client, it doesn't matter. So comply to attend CIDB certificate courses. Do we need to comply to attend? I don't think the word is not comply. The word is actually is voluntary. If you are not the contractor, you're a consultant, basically you are voluntary to take this. If you are a contractor, there is some mandatory. But as I mentioned, this is things that for individual like myself, I'm also consultant. I have PEPC. But why I'm going for CCPM? Because there is no other regulatory body who endorse our experience in project management, especially in construction, are better than CIDB. So at least I can say that I've been assessed by CIDB program. I'm not this year's lah, of course. I've not become the participant from my own program lah, of course. I'm getting my CCPM in 2015. Mega Jati Academy was not there yet. So I took my examination through Kaedah 3, method 3 through examination. I got my very, Sifu in construction asking me questions there. And luckily I passed lah. So it's not mandatory for consultant. It's actually for contractors. Some of the program is mandatory. Some of them is in the pipeline lah, going towards that lah. But I cannot say much. But there is split issue. The thing is now is basically as individual to seal our experience, to seal our what we call that, our reputation of handling all projects. You might be handling multi-millions project, 100,000, 100 million, maybe 1 billion projects. So you are good construction project manager, but who endorse you? So there is questions that you need to ask ourselves lah. Either we are in that or not. So next question. How does CIDB competency program link to MBOT? Okay, our Mr. Wah. Okay, professional technologies, the technology field from medical surgeon. Yes. What is the application process? Okay, for MBOT, for this 7 days preparation course program, we have approved, awarded 20 CPD from MBOT, equivalent to 7 days training. So in our certificate, we will bracket there equivalent to 7 days training. Whoever doesn't completed their 7 days yearly training for 2021, if you come for this program, you get all one shot. You get all that program one shot. One. Secondly, you got the CPD from CID from MBOT. And how do they link with the MBOT professional technologies? In the MBOT website, you can see there, to become professional technologist, MQF level 6. MQF level 6. At the moment, level 6 CCPM not enter the MQF yet. But as I mentioned to you, it's actually a peer. A peer means that you have JPK level 6. We have, sorry, JPK doesn't have level 6. We have JPK, we have CIDB. JPK, they have level 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. CIDB have level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the peer, meaning to say JPK and CIDB is just a peer partners of delivering these courses. JPK with their own courses, CIDB with their own TVET pembinaan courses. They are now heading towards becoming the MQF program later. So to me, one day, like it or not, this program will become MQF program. One day. Because, why? Because this program also have their own standard, they have their own assessment method, they have their own curriculum, they have their own framework, which is construction skill qualification framework, CSQF. So basically, they will enter the MQF later. So this to answer Mr. Was questions. Taufik Samad again, Mr. Competency Program, thank you. Engineer Taufik Samad, if you fail in one module, how to continue next? So okay, if you fail one module, you can also take that module by modular. By modular, you can just come for that module only using this KA quizzes and also PA for the assignment lah. We also conducted that for some of the previous cases of fail. They come back to us and tell us that I feel this module, can I get with you? So actually we also entertaining them lah. But not much lah, because why? If you want to have one module also, the process is just like to have 17 modules as well. Because we need to tell CIDB, we need to inform them, we need to go for all those paperwork, even for one module as well. Need to come this assessment competency in connection doing competency. Okay, thank you, Mr. Taufik. What is the benefit of the CCPM? Benefit, we can talk later. It's okay. So like register and pay and able to attend the class later, is refund or say okay. Okay, for the class, Mr. Amir, I will go for the class later. We got 1.04 already. Okay, I'll go for the class later and how we conduct the class. So basically, thank you for the questions. Okay, now I remember two questions which I don't answer yet. So to get competent, we get to go for 70 and above. So this is the trick. If you know that 70 and above is actually the average mark. How you want to get 1 mark from 8 POs? Got 8 POs. Want to get 1 mark from 8 POs, meaning to say you need to have 8 marks above. 8 divide by 8 is 1. So that is how small the gear. The gear. If you get, let's say for example, 69. 69. To help you with 1 mark, we have to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 marks every PO. So to get that 1 mark in every PO, we need to add marks on the modules. So basically, to get 1 mark, we need to add on that part is about 8 to 15 marks on the answer script. So that is why the system is very precise. We don't go for that. Basically, 69 sometimes is also we consider non-competent. We consider non-competent. There's case also 69.9. The marking is still red because they count into decimal. They're not 70 yet. 69.9. The mark is still red. So we just move into green lah, pass lah. Even very close, 0.01 only lah. So they also step 2. The all POs here, you need to more than 50, more than 50 and above, more than 50. So that PO will be derived or will be captured by the modules will be asked or be answered during the interview or the method 2 assessment. Sample of certificates. Yeah, one of our friend, you can see the names there actually, but it's okay. Hopefully you know him. You can ask for him as well. So this on the left hand side is the competency sijil or CJ competency kamera pembinaan. The mentioned tahap over there, level 4, and on the right hand side is actually the PO. The PO score, this is the transcript, the name as transcript. You got marks over here, you got average mark over here. This is a mark per module, you got grade per module, as well you got your spider web, mentioning or describing your strength and weakness. The blue line is actually the baseline, and the what we call it, the right line is your competency score. Another example, this is a good one. Okay, yeah, my friend over here, level 5, good one. We got more than average. So his mark is more than baseline. You can see the red ring and also the blue ring. The blue ring is actually indicate the minimum baseline that you need to get, and the right is actually the red is actually the score, your score. You can see here level 5. So that is why CIDB is different with others agencies, just like DOSH, ST, DOE, and so forth that I mentioned before, because they don't put level in their assessment as well as their competency. So this is something new, something different. And I urge everyone to come and get this certification. I urge everyone, get it before you're late. Okay. Promoting learning from the world of work. So why we want to go for level 4, 5, 6? So what is the benefit? We got a question from one of our participants today. What is the benefit of having this? Promoting learning from what is it talking about? Okay, here. Now, so in the world level, basically we are talking about the same language. We have level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 throughout the world. So basically, whatever they have produced here, in what level we have produced here, basically is also the same level for the world market. So this is why the United States, United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNIVOC, under this UNESCO, also park this into their programs, to their programs. Basically, they recognize the program under any Malaysia, any country's framework that been approved by the government. So Tiga Pembinaan oleh CIDB Malaysia, CSQF, basically CIDB is the owner of the TVET Pembinaan. So all TVET Pembinaan subjects is fall under CIDB's purview. So they need to promote, they need to maintain, they need to train, and they need to assess of the competent personnel. So that's the construction personnel, either you construction, contractors, consultants, suppliers even, or maybe client even. We got a lot of participants coming from our client as well. Now we got a lot of participants coming from KPKT. We got client coming from the lot of I don't mention lah. The companies. Even the GLC also taking this opportunity to become the CCBM or CCM. To understand what is to seal themselves with something that is being approved and accredited by the government agency. Okay, I mentioned just now because at the world level, we have these notes from MQA. It's very common if you are from MQA background or JPK background. This is things that you need to go through before you been in your induction course. This is a very basic thing. Where in Malaysia, and not only Malaysia, basically in the whole world, basically level 1 to 3 is the certificate level. Level 4 is diploma level. We have level 5 at advanced diploma. We got level 6 at bachelor degree. We have level 7 in master by research on the higher side lah. And also level 8 actually PhD. Basically, if you have level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, basically you go through all those assessment from time to time. You got, for example, you have SKM. If you have your own SKM, for example, you know how does SKM assess you. We can have the experience. SKM assess very structured, step by step, very what we call that, very step by step. Step 1, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Then you need to do. You can get this hasil kerja. You can get this apa nama ni, proses kerja. And then you got the marks, either competent or terampil or not yet terampil. You give mark through the rubric 1, 2, 3, 4. So blah blah blah. So it's basically just the same. But there is for lower level. Lower level, you can go for that because we more to like spoon feeding them. We spoon feed with this. We don't have just extravagant, open-ended question. It's just a very, because We want them to have that tatih first lah. 1, 2, 3 is just a what called a small steps to go. We want to meet, but as you go higher, the difficulty is increased. The difficulty level is increased. The complexity is increased. So they are level 4, level 5, level 6. At the most highest level that we have now at level 6 is very structured. I don't say it's difficult, but to me it's very high complexity. High complexity, high problem solving skills. A lot of skills that we require from one participant. It's okay. Now, you can see now, in Tibet, we don't have level 6, 7, 8 yet in MQA, but we have level 6 in CIDB. That's why I tell you that CIDB, they has their own CSQF now about to enter the MQF, but there is some discussion need to synchronize and verify first. But I believe one day, sooner or later, CSQF will be absorbed into MQF. Once CSQF been absorbed into MQF, your TS can be obtained through level 6 CIDB. Your TS, Technologist Professional, from the M board, because it's actually MQF certificate through level 6 there. Okay. All right. Now level 7. Okay. What we can predict in the future? This is the step that we need to climb from level 1 to 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, and up to level 7 and 8. Now it's 1 and 2. Okay. Okay. Now, while having this, because we know that there is no yet things going on here for Tibet level 6, 7, and 8. That's why I told you just now, come and get it fast. Because once you get it, now section 34 in the same ATA NASDA, National Skill Development Act 2006 now is actually under review to be tabled in the parliament, but we don't have that. We have parliament, but we don't have that ministries yet. But it's okay. To me, it's still okay, no problem. We just wait because nothing to lose. Now we just want to go for it. Before, the Ketua Pengarah only can anugerah award kepada mana-mana orang yang apabila dia mendapati syarat standard dengan kelayakan. See, the standard is there. Whoever you come into that standard, you meet the standard, you are eligible to be awarded di Sijil Kemahiran Malaysia SKM, Diploma Kemahiran Malaysia DKM, atau Diploma Lanjutan Kemahiran Malaysia DKM, dan penyampaian PC or performance certificate. And after the amendment in the NASDA Act 2006, the Ketua Pengarah can award all that include Ijazah Sarjana Muda Kemahiran level 6 just now, Ijazah Sarjana Kemahiran level 7, and Ijazah Kedoktoran Kemahiran level 8. So meaning to say that we are going to PhD skills and master skills in future, according to the revision of the Act 2006, Akta 652 X 652. So that is why CIDB is working through this. They're working towards this. So that in level 1 to 3, they can become feeder level 4, 5, 6. In fact, Mega Jati also with the collaboration with UNIMAP, we have proposed this subject and now enrolling. Diploma Professional, Bachelor Professional, and Master Professional level 4, level 5, level 6. You can see in our website as well. So there is program there as well, going towards this. So while we know this early, we take the opportunity to be among the first of the candidates. Okay, I don't want to go far because you can read later. What else here? Let's see. Internalization by CIDB Malaysia. Okay, I have mentioned this before. Through this CISQF or National Qualification Framework, Malaysia Qualification Framework, on the source of atas 520, Tibet qualification by UNESCO, we have CSQF at the same time. Basically, the program is ready to be marketed overseas. What is the idea here? I can share you few, what I call that, ideas. What if we can have level 1, 2, 3 workers prior entering Malaysia as a labor, prior. If you do get replacement from Malaysian level, of course. Some of the works will still depend on the foreign level. I don't want to put that into politics over here, but there is a reality where we need to have another country's labor come to here Malaysia and work for us in the construction industry. What if they have level 1 to 3 in their countries and come work here? They bring up their level 3 certificate. I have level 3. So what is actually process over there? In our mind, we understand that level 3, this is your attributes. You should be able to do this because you are level 3. You should be able to manage this because you are level 3. You should know this because you are level 3. Same goes to us. At level 4, 5, 6. If we are level 6 here, I'm having the CCP at level 6, for example. If I go for any country of the world, understanding the same, they know also level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. They know that what is my ability to perform at level 6 certification issued by the government of Malaysia through CIDB. So basically, this is worldwide things that are happening now. Either we bother or not, basically this is a worldwide thing is happening now where people is looking into the certification competency map to the qualification framework and has their own level so that they can work with another countries who are applying the same thing. You can see from, okay, this is the document I don't want to go through. Here, TVET country UNESCO. You just can Google. I put my website over here. So UNESCO organization home landing page, blah 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 blah. So you can Google later. Of course you can Google now, but also can if you want to check. Basically, the TVET country profiles now being updated by UNESCO Univoc, and put any of the countries who are going towards the TVET countries profile. So we have this TVET country profile. We enter the TVET country profile since 2019. Now about 2 years already, and lot of countries now still adding on. So meaning to say that whatever that we produce here in Malaysia, if we got level 4, 5, 6 in Malaysia, if you go for example Saudi Arabia, you want to work there, in Saudi Arabia, for example, they understand your eligibility and what you call it, ability through your TVET level. If I'm going for level 5 or level 6, they understand I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Because why? They have described your character, they have described your they have described your PO. So that PO is actually spell your character that been expected from any of the TVET takers. So that is the idea. And it's go to and fro. Meaning to say that if the people coming from Myanmar, they're getting their own certificate from Myanmar government agencies through TVET, level 4, for example. We know that TVET, level 4 in Myanmar in construction supervision, for example, we know it's actually similar to our construction site supervision CSS level 4 in Malaysia. So that is the general idea. So you can see now, just started about 2-3 years back. So you can see how the world is heading towards that. And now it's actually becoming an alternative for our maybe our children or our nephew and nieces or whoever coming next generation who are in school now, to go for this as an alternative other than go for full education program. Full education program, we know that diploma, bachelor, master, blah blah blah. But for this, we have know that level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So hopefully you can understand that why is it very important for us to get for this certificate, since it's now been promoted by the CIDB. Okay, 120. Special characters. So I want to share the special characters of our program. Basically, all characters are special. I can say why. Because this is the only provider who's doing this in Malaysia. So when we are only the sole provider, meaning to say there's no other providers, that meaning whatever we will do is actually a special one, of course. So now we got 3 times, I mentioned to you, intake of programs, February, June, and October. We have next coming for October. In fact, we got 3 more dates, basically. For the next year, we got about 5 days or 6 days, but we don't mention. We just want to make it 3 times per year. Hopefully, we can have this every 4 months lah. Because for your information, it's quite tiring to conduct this, starting from the 2 months before program. Lot of money, publicity, marketing things need to be done. Heading towards to the last what we call it, last day of entry. Lot of communication need to be done. That's why we try to put everything in our website so that you can watch the video there. I got 1 hour and 45 minutes video explaining about the previous session, not this session. This session I also put into that website as well. But previous session we have had in July, where we have with IEM also with talking of the same topic but different angle. You can see the differences later. 3 times per year. You need to work as usual. Please don't take any leave. Work as usual. And if you want to take leave 1 or 2 days at the end before exam, it's okay lah. But a lot of people is actually doing that. Before exam, they take 1 day leave because they want to focus. It's up to you. You want to leave, taking leave or not. But the system will be all through learning management system. Okay, now approved by CIDB Malaysia. Thank you, CIDB Malaysia. I think one man also here. We just received the letter last few days, which our program here, as I mentioned, 3 September we got one exam in 3 September, but we don't decline that lah, because we got a group, small group of 25 packs. We want to use that first. I mean to utilize that quota first. And then on 26th October, we are expecting to have more than 50 participants. Hopefully, you can consider to join and becoming competent in our country as a construction personnel competent in Malaysia. So we have this approved by CIDB last week. The program is approved now. Sorry, not the program. Sorry, the assessment is approved. The program is actually on our initiative, where we put as a preparatory program for you to join the exam. Okay, structured. We have structured everything. I can show you the things later lah. We go for LMS, then we go for the proposal, for the website. Because actually we have trained more than 900 participants. So we have keep learning, even though our learning process is still there. A lot of things to be improved here and then. But I can thank my team for delivering the works very efficiently. I can thank them here because I can say that this is things that never happened in Malaysia. We are the pioneer. We are the only provider. So there is things that we need to look into, and how we derive and how we make and how we wake the program up from last 3 years is something that to me, I thanks to my group and also supporters, especially from CIDB and also all my participants before lah. More than 900 participants altogether. 7 to 10 days duration. 7 to 10 days duration. Okay, online synchronous class about 2 to 6 hours. Synchronous class for the whole package is about 2 to 6 hours only. Because synchronous class means to say that we come at the same time our lecturers is there. There is also a pre-recorded class where it's all preloaded in the website already, or preloaded in the learning management system. Okay, I think there's another question raised here by Mr. Sofian. Sofian, if I register and pay, then I'm going to attend the class. Okay, the class will be conducted during online. You don't have to make any leave. You don't have to leave. Cuti. But the assessment is important. The assessment is 26th of October. The assessment date is important. But if you are not able to join the assessment date, inform us earlier so that we don't pay for your examination fee for CIDB. We can keep it for the next term. Next term is expected on February 2022. So Mr. Amir, hopefully you can get this answer. Self-study is okay. It's all about self-study. In this LMS, it's all about self-study. There's no one is looking after you, because this is actually an adult learning process. It's a very, very much different. If you don't have that experience before, this will be your first experience. Hopefully, it will be your best experience as well. So I may hopefully answer your question. You can continue to another further question if you want. Any simple procedure to obtain CCM? If the person raise CCM, sorry, Miss Yu or Mr. Yu, there is no bridging for CCPM to CCM by the simple procedure. It's a normal procedure as well. Hazrin Hamdan, di mana boleh dapat kompetensi? You can Google, bro. You can Google National Competency Standard NCS by program. You can Google. Kalau tak dapat bahasa Melayu, cari bahasa Inggeris. Ya, InsyaAllah ada. Kalau tak ada, basically we have this in our LMS, so you can download it later. We can put everything in our library. These things is actually we have put in our library. If you join the program, you will be getting this by free. May I know the success rate? Success rate, Mr. Amir again. Success rate, if you go for specific background, people come from the good background, I can say that about 70 to 80% passing rate. There is sometimes you can get up to 90% if the numbers is little. If the numbers is little, about maybe 10, so you can get up to 90%. But if numbers vast, not vast, banyak. If the number is banyak, so basically the failure will drag the percentage down. Basically, there is the success rate. If you go for random participant, we have also random participant coming in from they don't know what is the program or they just come, they don't make any homework, they don't make any research at the beginning, so they just passing rate of 50% only. So I will show you basically. I will show you. Salam, Mr. Hazrin again. I'm retired, can I enroll? Saving code, I have problem with okay, yes, sir. Okay. Please advise. Okay, you can get from our secretariat. Miss Madam Zack is always want to help. Contact our secretariat 017-419-3031. Kalau tak ingat nanti saya akan tulis balik. So, salam for the online class. It is fixed time or we can choose. There is no time, sir. Basically, if you miss the synchronous class, this is synchronous class. The recorded class will be uploaded into LMS later. Okay, this is what we plan. This is what we believe. When we go for adults learner, we go for online class. We don't tell you what to do. But we advise you to do this, to do this, to do this. We don't ask you to come join class. If not, your attendance will be punished. You don't punish for the attendance not completed, blah, blah, blah. We don't do that because this is an adults class. Secondly, basically, this is the competency class. You can learn from any of the resources. We are here just to facilitate, to reconcile your knowledge only. You need to answer in the way that CIDB want to you to answer. Even though you have your experience in Australia, in Arabia, in Spanyol, for example, as a construction project manager, but that is not the way that CIDB want you to answer. It's okay for your experience. There is thing they want to reconcile here. This is most important part of the program. Thank you, engineer. Sorry, Mr. Ame. Mega Jati, you can get that's it. All right, thank you. So we continue for this slide. Online synchronous class meaning to say that there is a class will be conducted like this. I need to be here. Our participant need to be here as well. Okay, there is a synchronous class. One other class is actually the asynchronous, where you don't have to be here because it's a pre-recorded class. Pre-recorded class means to say you can go and get by your own time because it's all preload in our learning management system. Okay, what next? LMS, learning management system. This is how it looks in the cartoon view lah. But I will show you the actual one. Okay, when we say that online, there is the criteria. We don't want to force you on the attendance. We don't want to force you on the quizzes, and in fact on the assessment as a mock-up. We don't want to force you that. But it's your responsibility to answer the question when the assessment day comes. You need to answer for the CIDB. If you don't do that assessment, okay, as long as you can answer that, no problem. But we try to provide the system where you will get familiarized with the assessment system conducted by CIDB. So that's it. But there's also our candidate from that 900 candidates who doesn't attend any class at all. We don't care, and so we don't force them as well. We just ask, are you busy? Yes, I'm busy. Okay, it's okay, no problem. Are you going to join for the assessment day? I will join the assessment day. Done. So because everything is preloaded, everything is there. You just go and get the information coming from the LMS. We don't force you. In fact, for your information, I got an office in Singapore as well. We don't have any thumbprint, kedatangan, all those. I don't believe in that. So I know that people can work by their own freedom. I've been in the office since 2014. We set up the office, and since then we don't have any attendance system. We don't have any attendance system. So I believe in that things. So people can understand. They know their responsibility. You want to become competent is actually professional status. To become professional status, competent, you have the ethics. You understand very well your responsibility. You deliver your responsibility, even though how you do that, we don't care. This is what consultant all about, basically, isn't it? I'm also a consultant. The client asked to do this. Okay, come back with the report and alternative A, alternative B, alternative C. So which alternative is the best solution for this? How you do that is up to you. I just want the solution. This is how we deliver our work. This is how we responsible to our work. And how you do it is up to you. There's also people or our participants, they don't go for any class, but at the end of 2 class, he take leave and he go intense on all materials, start from day 1 until day 7. It also can, no problem. There's also participant who day 1 want to do everything. Okay, you can go ahead, no problem. They keep asking me, why module 2, why I cannot go in? Because you don't completed module 1 yet. Go one by one. You should be going through the process, module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so up to 17. But if you don't complete the module 1, you cannot jump to module 2, because module 1 is now we are open that. You can go for any module that you want. You can go by day if you want, and you can do by your own. But basically, it's all there. So this is the things that we believe. That is how we treat our participants. If you got any problem, you can contact directly to me or our secretariat to help you. And okay, this is important. Participation in group discussion. There is a group discussion need to be carried out by the participant. We don't put that as a mandatory. I understand your busy schedule, so hopefully we can have the harmonized discussion among issues being discussed in the either WhatsApp group or in the LMS, in fact. But we are more into WhatsApp group because LMS it is very convenient to you to see from the computer or laptop or desktop. It's not that convenient to you to see from the handphone. It's okay. You can also see. You can still all view everything, but there will some limited features there lah. But it's all also online also. So for the tab or bigger screen, 10 inches is more convenient for us to see. So that is why the most important discussion will be going through WhatsApp. WhatsApp group will be guided by our teachers and also our speakers and maybe coach as well. Modular quizzes, 6 mock-up. Modular quizzes is one thing. 6 mock-up exam is another thing. So you got 2 things here to be handled. That's why I mentioned. If you want to go, okay. You want to not go, also okay. Because we don't give mark you on this. We don't give you marks on your activity in the LMS. They also participant doesn't join LMS at all from the day 1 until end of the day, but he joined the exam. It's okay. It's up to you. No problem. We don't have problem with that. All right, and then we got final examination for 6 hours. 3 hours, and for the last 4 sessions, I believe it been conducted by online. You need to be at your place, and some procedure there will be explained by the CIDB later lah. Or another alternative is, if allowable, you are going to be asked to go for nearest CIDB offices at your location. If you are in Penang, you can go for CIDB Penang. If you are in Kedah, you can go for CIDB Kedah. If you are in Sandakan, you can go for CIDB Sandakan. If you are in Tawau go CIDB office. You can go for KK, for example. If you are in Kuching, Miri, Bintulu, there are CIDB offices there. So about 19 CIDB offices across the Malaysia. So actually, you can go for any of CIDB offices that near to you if you are being called to go for CIDB office. And bring your laptop because the system will be worked there. Or you wait for the instruction. Either bring laptop or you go for normal writing. Normal writing by paper. We don't know yet in the October what is actually happening. But this is the previous session we had on the writing version, full writing. We had on the online as well. So it doesn't matter. The thing is, we have been approved to that date to conduct our assessment. Okay, more information. And this is our website, all our social media. We got one more, about half an hour to go. I would love to see the question you got. I put additional notes here, but I don't want to talk much about it. The construction work, blah 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 lah. So I just put additional work. You can give this what we call it, this slide letter through our secretariat by email. I put additional note, but I don't want to tell about this. Just stop there only. Okay, I want to see the question. Is there any other question here? No question. So I'm going to stop share, and I'm going to show you the process of registration. Let's see. You got a question, please ask.
No.
Yes.
So far, okay. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So far, okay.
Thank you, Miss. Okay. Is anyone coming from Sarawak in our participant? Please say yes. I'm from Sarawak.
Yes, I'm from Sarawak.
Okay, let me see. Your name, please, Miss.
Famiza Arifin.
Okay, I cannot see here. What about Famiza? Yes. Are you So the participant from the last session,
What?
are you
Just
also
me?
the participant from the last session? We have a
No.
session in 29th of July? No,
No.
no. Okay. Is anyone coming from the session from 29th of July from Sarawak? Is there any answer? Thank you, Miss Famiza. Sorry. Anyone? No one. Okay, it's okay. Is there anyone coming from the last session, from the previous session, 29th of July? No, so. Okay, so kita bah. Okay, now meeting. Okay, now okay. Okay, this is our website. This is how the thing that you can find in our website, UMP Advanced. So we got a Unimed program. This is our website lah. So we go first lah. The website, everything will be here. These are things, our programs and our content over here. You can download our profile over. You can download profile here from Spaces. So you can download here. And alumni, the list of alumni, actually we keep track of our alumni. We keep track of their registration numbers, and we want to make sure that they can come back to us anytime if you got problem. Okay, and you can click to here, EMP Advanced. So everything is actually prepared for you. Let me close this. Okay, this is the website for you. With the collaboration of CMs and as well as UMP, you got two TCPD from the CIDB. We have two TCPD from M board. Actually, we been awarded this, and so BM CPD through ACM. And preparation course will be followed by CIDB Competency Competent 2 approved and accredited CIDB CS program. And this is the session that I've made for 1 hour and 45 minutes. You can view. The content is slightly different slightly different because this focus on the method 2. And this will be the learn through 9 hours quizzes, question and tips in preparation for method 2 CIDB assessment. 7-day intensive course is tailor-made to the working professional with experience. And this is for FMM. We got 3 programs, FMM, FME, and FM specialist, FMS. These are the price tag. And also for construction, we got 4 programs, CCPM, CCM, CTMO, and also CSS. All 4 CSS is also there. This is the price tag where you can download the brochure over here. Everything is ready for you, basically. This is the brochure. If you need to get an approval from the boss, for example, or you want to like take a look on the content, this is the brochure. And okay, the program is actually brochure. Then brochure. Okay, then important dates. We put important dates here. Registration start on first of August 2021. Registration end on 1st of October 2021. Because we need to send your names to CIDB about 5 of October, before 5 October 2021. Well, the names need to be there first, and your form also need to be there in order for you to be eligible to join for the assessment day. Briefing today, 26th of August. Online class will be started. Online class I will show you. You don't get confused with online class and also LMS class. 90th of October. And we have also online and 25th of October. The 26th, we have our own assessment, CLB, I mentioned. Estimated results due to COVID, we require more time to issue the result, for 6 to 12 months. Or 6 to 12 months. But generally, about 6 months. But depend on the numbers of participants, depend on how the PKP is staged. Either stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, or you can work, can go to the office. A lot of things need to be table, present, and then print, and then all certificate. You get a hard copy certificate from CIDB. You will getting the hard copy certificate from CIDB, so the certificate is running by number. Running by number, and it's an individual unique to you only lah. So basically there is no e-certificate, but we will usually we will scan for you. We will scan and keep it as our copy as well. So what you need to do as a candidate, you're interested to this program, basically you are going to check your compliance. So there is preview here to ensure your compliance. At the moment, this is the standard compliance. You can read here, but in Bahasa Melayu, you can read the compliance. And I mentioned For example, apa ni, CSS minimum, let's say 9 years, 7 years, 7 years. But yet this one, I think I need to have for mine, maybe can add on this later lah, on the minimum requirement. Later is actually on this criteria. So this criteria is actually explaining your what you call that, character. Such supervisor who is knowledgeable, competent to facilitate and fulfill his supervisory work sufficiently in meeting the cost, time, and quality expected from the project. Blah 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 up to PO5. So the question will be under this statement. The question will be under this statement. So we'll ask you on the knowledge, competency, safety, quality, effective multidisciplinarity, reliable, effective communication, and also ethics and environment. And for FME, for example, we've got another 5 POs. You can read later from our website, is there. And for CTMO, we got 5 POs as well, but getting more and more intense. You can see the wording is more longer. And this is for CCM also, we got 8 8 POs. So this is actually describing our character. If you can see that you have this character, basically you are passed with your self-assessment. Okay, I gave this, I got this, I know this, I know this. So basically you pass. You pass with your self-assessment. Okay, same goes to other programs. Let's say for FMM, got 8 programs, PO, program outcomes. So you can go over here, and also you can go for CCVM as well. Another 8 POs as well. So you can get this from this requirement. Everything is there. So basically everything we have prepared for you there, for you to come and join only. Okay, so the third point, the second tab here is about CPD. You'll be given CPD, CIDB. We are applying for that, but we don't have problem with CIDB, CPD basically. But we need to wait until the program is near lah. MBOT, we have received that through MBOT. You can check with the again. Okay. So MBOT, we have been awarded by CIDB MBOT. You can check in the MBOT's website. I don't have to tell you. You check in the MBOT's website. It's more reliable source lah. CPD from the Board of Engineers by ACM through the collaboration with the board, the Association of Consulting Engineers. ACM is the approved provider for the Board of Engineers. So the CPD is being awarded by through ACM lah. Pre-registration, you go for this pre-registration form and fill up the requirement. You got email, full name here, my card numbers, company, organization name, company, institute, position, gender, your location, and date of birth, age, and next birthday. We want to know your birthday. It's not to send you the birthday cake, but just to ensure your sufficient working experience. But of course, if your birthday falls on the examination day, maybe we can do something for the event lah. Just remind me lah. Nationality or Malaysian or non-Malaysian, mobile number, alternative contact number, correspondent address, highest qualifications, years of experience, and you choose one of the program that you want to choose lah. Choose one of the program you want. The price is there also. You can choose. And if you go for FM specialist, but for FM specialist, you need to hold FME or FMM first. You need to hold that certificate first, which is this one, FME or FMM. Then you can choose FM specialist. Existing FME and FMM cert holder only. So don't ask me why, because basically this is just extension from the previous FME and FMM. You need to have that foundation first. Okay, now we got 19 offices altogether on 26th of October. It's been called by CIDB for you to join any of the offices. You can select if you want to go for Miri, for example. You can go for Miri, also if you are in KL, just want to go for Miri, you can go, no problem. You go to for Cebu, no problem. Because if been called that way lah, but I think in 1-2 months, maybe we're still in the status quo of having everything online lah. But you will choose to go for HQ force, okay, no problem. You choose for Ipoh, Suruhanjaya, Alostar, Kangak pun also can, no problem. Everywhere you can go lah. If being called by CIDB to go for assessment on that assessment day, method of payment, you can go for HRDF because this is fall under SBL's HAS scheme. Funding, company will be pay for you. Self funding, you can pay by yourself. or by the government. We are also receiving the government order because we are certified provider for MOF or e-perolehan. Through e-perolehan also we accept the payment as well. How did you know about the program? It's just a simple survey to know how the marketing works. We want to check and continuously improve on our marketing system. And declaration. I've checked my minimum criteria to enroll because this is usually happen. They don't check the criteria, they enroll, they pay, and suddenly when we send their details to CIDB, CIDB reject them due to the insufficient experience according to the list just now. So in this case, we will have to say sorry and we will refund your fund. Except if you have gone through the process, maybe half or end of it until we know. So that is why we put this as a declaration. You need to check by yourself. Either you are eligible or not. Or you feel that I am 50-50, like I don't know I'm eligible, no, check with our secretariat so that he can help you. Payment option via online payment gateway, or you want to go for this also can. You can go direct pay to here because everything is just online now. You can put amount there. You want to make a demo, no need lah. RM1 for example, book name here, blah blah blah. Then you choose whatever bank that you have here lah. I believe that you have one of the banks lah. I believe lah. I believe you should have one of the bank here lah. And then a payment option 2 or direct bank transfer, you can go direct to our account, which is this number account is stated there, Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad, BIMB. Proof of payment, we want to have the proof of payment so that our account can check. Join our WhatsApp group, then you join our WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group now been silent. We don't allow anyone to talk. We don't allow anyone to talk. Just go in and be there. Be there. Because we want to start to communicate when time's time. So we will start to communicate there lah. So blah 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 here lah. And then okay. We also want you to join our Telegram channel because a lot of information will be shared there. Just click here, you're joining our Telegram channel straight away if you got Telegram application in your handphone. So this is the process of registration. I want to delete this. I want to delete this as well. I want to also to delete this. So the step 3. Now step 4, fill out the form. You can choose what is program you are going to go. For example, you want to go for CCPM. Okay, now CCPM. Wait until the cursor turns into hand. Mana dia? Tak jadi lagi. Wait until the cursor turns into hand. Apa yang susah sangat ni? Okay, there. Okay, now go straight away. Get that 1, get that 2, get that 3. Go and fill up the form. Please fill out the form. The form is quite lengthy, but it's important for you to fill up the right form. Choose the right form as well. Make sure you write everything. And this one, whatever you have been exposed, you just tick because you've been mapped to the national competency standard. And some of the project, what we call it, ringkasan project. You can take another method of preparing this. You can use, of course, words or whatnot, and just give in the attachment. So everything is ready. Send back to us. Don't send to CIDB. Send back to us because we are compiling the result, the form for you. Then payment, you go for payment. There is a method of payment is doing there. If you got problem, you just continue us. You can click here. You can go for this. You can go for this. You can go for this as well. Yes, everything is ready for you to use. Online classes, there is schedule there also. You can check your schedule day 1 until, you put date already here. Thank you, Zach. The date is 19 September 26th of October. Go straight away one by one, but every day is just, to me, it's the same day. If you go for this, we are actually recommend you to complete module 1 up to module 4 in the day 1 for CCM because a lot of things to go. So that's why the effort of the program is about 2 hours to 4 hours a day. The effort of the program. You can work all day or you can work all night also if you are working in shift, but you need to put an effort about 2 to 4 hours per day lah. In that 7 days. So 7 by 2 is about 14 days. Plus the assessment about 6 more hours is about 20 days, 20 hours altogether. That's why we come up with 20 CPD. Yeah. So if you go for 4 hours, you can still get that 4 CPD, 2 CPD, 20 CPD as well. 4 by 7 is about 28 plus 6 is 34. So you get 34 hours of effort in that 1 week. So 1 week we just have about 52. 1 week how many hours? I cannot remember. I cannot calculate. Tapi That is the allocation of time that you need to calculate. You need to allocate if you want to go for the session. But as I mentioned, you don't have to go this if you are okay. You are okay. If it's okay. You can see. This is dah senang kan ni kacang. Okay. Then okay. Should be okay. Then you go for your assessment. So you can get the experience of answering the question. Mode of class learning management. I'll go through this later after this. Assessment method. Okay, we got two sections. Section A, 40 questions. Section B is 5 question objective in section B. But I mentioned, if you go for 17 modules, all 17 modules will be questioned in that question we call it, booklet. Meaning to say that basically you have less time. Yeah? People who take 8 modules also answer in 3 hours. You will take 17 modules, you also going to answer about 3 hours. So I want to tell you here that the time is very limited for level 5 and level 6. Level 5 and level 6 time is very limited. 3 hours macam tu saja. I'm talking about near to 2 hours by now. 1 and 5 4. 1 jam 1 pula. Pukul 1.54 sekarang. Certificate of attendance. This is the preview of the certificate. You'll be getting the common certificate issued by SM, MJA, and UMP as a one certificate. Previously, we put 3 certificates, but to me, now we change to one common certificate. So everything is there. We have CIDB CPD there. We have Board of Engineers CPD there and Board CPD also there. The attendance is also here. Meaning this is QR code. When you scan, it actually lead to the names of participants. So basically the QR code will lead to name of participants who enroll the program. Meaning to say that people cannot fraud this certificate because people can check, they dapat QR code will lead to our website. That website will show you the name of participant. So basically the certificate is to me lah as secure as possible. Kalau you nak tipu cara lain, bukan you lah. Kalau orang lain nak tipu cara lain pun, dia boleh buang QR code ni, but they still here lah. Everything is here. But we try to make ourselves effective and efficient on that because we don't have to make sure the certificate issuers we tied up with our list of participants, and list of participants will be there about 2 years. About 2 years from the date of event. Meaning to say you can come and check again. LMS, this is where 19th to 25th October, equivalent to 7 days training we take from MBOT's website. You can check our registration there is passed for 7 days training. So equivalent to 7 days, jointly organized by the ACM and UMP Advanced and also ourselves. There is no computer generated, there is no signature of the certificate. We don't put that in our certificate anymore. We don't put signatures on our certificate anymore. So the certificate normally will be issued right after the day 7. We don't have to wait until examination day because examination is different certificate. This is the completion certificate issued by the company. All right. Okay, what else? SKKP, this is the example of SKKP. You can see here, sample only. There's no name here. Level 5. You can get. Okay. Dizzy. Lack of oxygen. Level 5. And then proposal paper. You can download the proposal paper over here. And this proposal is all completed. You can show to your. Okay, this proposal paper is prepared for you to get maybe your management approval. So we have put everything important here for you. Our address there, then blah 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 there, some introduction, cost objectives there, UMP advanced collaboration there, cost delivery there. Wait again. Okay, come back. Cost delivery there, the duration, date, and all rules is mentioned there. Effort 2 to 4 hours, part time. So this is considered a part time for you, and these are the price list from the number 1 up to number here for and blah blah blah, inclusive of CIDB exam fee 300 ringgit, All competency certificate issued by the CIDB, trained as under CSKF, inclusive of all Mega Jati academic expenses, service tax, cost material, e-learning portal fee, MJA, blah blah blah, SPLH scheme, order from CIDB, blah 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 blah. Okay lah. Nak tu. And registration and payment process you can read by your own later. Registration process is all stated here, and the payment also here. You can click also here to get reach to the payment page like this. Very simple now. Everything can be hyperlinked to everywhere that we want. Mana tadi? Alamak, sudah hilang. Oh, ni boleh. Proposal paper. Okay. Okay, this is the timetable. This is the person. Yeah, you don't have to read lah. Okay, this is the apa nama ni? The structure. Okay, how to read the structure? People are asking me how to read the structure. Simple. You can see from the M10 here, M01 here. Introduction is actually module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, blah, 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 up to here, and then M1 for FMM from introduction up to here, and FMPM. We don't offer this thing. We don't offer this here. Sorry, we don't offer this yet. For prep, but we offer for our professional courses in university as a master program. This is actually the master program for university. So we don't offer in the prep course. And this is all the topics that we need to cover for FM specialists. If you come from FM backgrounds, these are the topics. And for construction, we have CTMO, we got up to 7 modules. CSS, we got common modules, and we got a specific modules which is split between this M6 up to M6-5. Then we have M7 and M8. So basically, to be on the fair side, even though CSS having 8 modules, but if you write, it's actually 12 modules as well. Because we got M1, M61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 7 and 8. So basically we reach to M12 lah. Sebenarnya banyak lah juga. Bukan 8 saja. Okay, CCM, same, how to read. You can read from the bottom here. Fundamental of construction project management, blah blah blah. Up to here, this is a common module for CCM, and we got split modules going up. Common module for CCM, then common module for all, and joining up to here, then you become CCM. CCM also same thing. You can download this in our website. We have shared you generously here lah. So basically, for the last year 2020, I don't show this to the public. 2020, I don't show this because we developed this quite. There is some things that we put our effort there. So now actually for public now we ready to show for public. In fact, all our this FM specialist sector, we have submitted our Perbadanan Harta Intelek program. So basically they become under my IPO letter. So especially we don't have to worry much now lah, because we have locked this into our own IPO. Okay, this is the certificate. Okay lah. This is the transcript. Okay, done. Oh, this is certificate also for the common, but we have shared this certificate. So see, so this is check your attendance. We can check here, valid until April 2023 lah. So we try to make it about 2 years, so that if you want to go and come back, you can always, people can check there. But we, of course, we cannot put it forever lah, because we will continuity on our participant list. Okay, 201 sharp. Can I stop there? Oh, one more. I promise to show you the LMS. LMS here. Okay. Muhammad Khan, my dashboard. Okay. See, this is how the LMS looks like. Okay, it's actually a portal. It's actually a learning portal developed by Mega Jati to put everything inside. So what is the everything? Everything. What is everything? Is everything. From here you can see we have a library over here. So in our library, everything that been very useful for the program is also being shared. We are keep updating the numbers, and now we have about 60 books, 60 references where we collect from the sessions and we share among our others, among our participants. So it's very, very library. You can go and walk in just like this, feel the ambience of the library, but it's in your own place lah. A very nice library over here. So basically, 60 we will keep updating. We got more than 200 references to be added, but we need to ensure the validity of the document. That's why we need sometimes to make sure it's the latest version. So if you go for the portal dashboard, you will be joining the system by this portal as a program organizer. I have all programs portals, so I can go in any of the program. But for you, you will be receiving this preparation course. For example, this is professional program. Load more. Let me see. FM, prep course. Really. Okay, prep course supervisor CSS, prep course civil structure. Okay, I go for here lah, senang sebab dah banyak. Bila ada banyak senang sikit nak tunjuk, dia tak payah nak tunggu habis. Okay, tapi semua macam ni lah, prep course. So if you go for start from the module 1, there's a general lesson. Sorry, buka ni balik. General lesson, so ni kita akan patah balik kejap lagi sebab I tak jawab quiz hari tu. So we get put CIDB Act here, fire services, blah 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 blah. As a general briefing on the CIDB, you put here. Briefing on the preparation course, which is today, will be part here. For example, for people who don't join the session, will be able to see the video later. Kelas perdana bersama perjalanan sendiri, yang kita tak lagi. Module 1 is okay, for example this one. So this is how we go. You see the mark here is actually go through. We got slide over here. You can go slide. And also the previous session, pre-recorded video is here about 1 hour and 52 minutes. So you can learn at any time. And we don't ask you to go for that learning. And then objective question. Now go for quiz. So you answer the quiz. You answer lah. I answer je lah macam ni. Mana dia? Answer semua quiz ni. Jawab semua quiz ni. Ada satu tak jawab tadi ni. I just tembak dulu lah. Ni, and then habis dah. Submit quiz. So ada yang salah. 2 betul, 3 salah. So yang salah dia akan beritahu jawapan. Yang betul, you get pass. You go through. Dan don't tembak macam I lah. You need to understand the question. You need to understand what is the difference between the answers. Some of the answers very close. Some of the answers very close. You need to answer the most correct answer. Some of the answer also correct, all correct, but you need to answer the most correct answer. Itu yang kena kadang-kadang. Selective question, this is for apa kita panggil ni? Short essay. Short essay just to make sure we train to answer blah 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 this. So we just answer lah. Then we go for submit. Then our teachers will be at the back end there to receive your answer and giving marks, and they will be starting to discuss about this in the class as well. So last kali mock-up exam. Exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3, exercise 4, exercise 5. So there's exercises over here where you need to go for exercise 1, section A, for example. So you're being heading to here, then you start to answer. You can see how many intense what we call that preparation that we want you to lalu. To lalu. So ni jawablah apa-apa. I think this is quite many lah. So that is why you don't have much time for me. 7 days only. We'll just open this for 7 days only for you, so that you can go from module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5 up to the mock-up exam here, up to module 8. Module 6 got 4 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 also. So there is a video as well. There's a module 2. Let's see module 3 for them. So ada slide kat tadi, ada slides and also video. Kalau kita go, ini saya sudah lompat tadi kat sana. So pergi balik kat sini. So just go through this. So that's why you got about 7 days. The effort about 2 hours per day. The effort is about 2 hours per day. And for those who are taking level 5 and 6, you need to multiply your efforts for maybe 4 hours per day. So I don't know how you want to do this, but since our program, there is Sabtu and Ahad inside. There is Sabtu and Ahad inside purposely for you to hopefully you can catch up lah. You can catch up within that, maybe 1 or 2 days you have been left a few modules, then you can catch up on Sabtu and Ahad as well, or Saturday, Sunday. Okay, I think let me stop there lah, kalau tak dia lambat 2:10 now. Ataupun cuti umum, yes, there is no related to cuti tuan, sebab this is all online. Okay, let me try to find when CIDB is going, Mr. Chi Siang, to implement the decision government and private project. There is a plan. I have seen the plan as well, but I cannot answer on behalf of CIDB. Maybe kalau Puan Man nak jawab, nanti kita boleh jawab, tak ada masalah. But I don't want to answer, but this is the heading of the program lah. 19 October, yes, diteruskan. We don't have problem with that. It's all in online. Installment boleh, installment boleh. Yes, you need to talk to our secretariat, Engineer Taufik, maybe who are related to the question. Okay, I want to stop there. Thank you again for your. Thank you all. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, everybody. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Doctor.
joining us. Thank you for joining
Yes,
us.
thank you, Doctor. Yep.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.